That's all good.
Rolling.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Document the Game. Money comes in and says, I've made all the right marketing decisions. I'm Miles Davis, a.k.a. Massive Burn. Welcome back to Document the Game. As I said, I'm here with my man.
Delta Tango Mike, that is DTM. Let's go ahead and get started with the show. All right, that's good. That's good. All right, cool. So, tell us that quote again.
We're talking about marketing. I looked this up online, to be honest with you, so I'm not exactly sure who this guy Adam Osborne is, but I think he's a marketing guru. And y'all might know who he is. If you do, please let us know in the comments.
All right.
I'm not entirely sure who he is, but I like the quote, so that's why I wrote it down. Money comes in and says, I have made all the right marketing decisions.
All right.
So, of course, proof's in the pudding, I guess.
The money is the proof that things have worked.
The marketing is working.
Uh-huh.
If you have a good product. You can spend a buttload of money on marketing and not have a good product, and it's not going to go anywhere, obviously. But, of course, we see the flip side of that all the time, too. I see a bunch of stuff out sometimes. I'm like, how in the world did this come to market?
It's good marketing.
And it's because they got a bunch of marketing behind it.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a double-edged sword for sure. But, yeah, money is the testament that your marketing is working, given that you have a good product and everything else behind it. So,
yeah, I don't think you have to have a good product. If the marketing
is
right.
That's just sad. See,
yeah.
That's the truth. It is the truth, and I hate admitting that, but that is the truth. I try to play that down, but we all see crap out there that's just marketed to the nth degree, and everybody knows about it. Everybody has it. It's just like, oh my god.
Just like those chicken sandwiches that people were going crazy about a month ago. It was two places. Was it Chick-fil-A and Popeyes? There were the people on the internet, on Facebook, were talking about it, and it was just a one big marketing push by these chicken joints trying to promote their products, and they turned it into this thing where people started chiming in on it and sharing and talking about how they were out of chicken and so on, to the point that they were running out of chicken because there were people coming in wanted that chicken sandwich.
Is that the case of the marketing being too good?
That's the case of the marketing working.
Right.
Because everything is selling out.
Right.
It's the same way as with political news. They talk about how certain candidate it has a certain in the polls has a certain amount of lead.
Right.
And so then that makes people want to keep voting for that particular candidate. And then because the other candidate is down, then the people who support that candidate, they don't want to waste their vote. Well, they're like, or they just like, well, there's no use.
Right.
Right. So the media is part of the marketing itself. Also.
Oh yeah, big time. You can afford the media. That's crazy. Like the news channels, all that kind of stuff, man.
But the media is also in your hands.
Right.
See, your smartphone has access to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and everything else. TikTok. There's a few other things.
I
just
LinkedIn. Heard about TikTok. I heard about TikTok literally 2 days ago or something. That's crazy. I'm behind the times, huh?
Well, and those are medias that you have control of that you can use for your marketing.
You look so disappointed. You're like.
As much as I try to teach you.
Hey, I know
5-6
that
years
we're on
ago.
your screen right now, but that doesn't mean I know everything. I know about the stuff that I know about.
Right. Well, and that is part of marketing. A strategy is figuring out how you're going to find your audience, how you're going to reach your audience, so that you can move that product that you have, and you need to have a product.
Yes.
So once you already settled that this is your business and you're going to have a product, well, how can you get in people's hands?
Right, the discoverability. That's what I'm for.
Right, discoverability is part of it. Building an audience, making your stuff accessible, and in a particular social media, and using that social media in a way is meant to be used. So Facebook and Twitter and Instagram are not the same thing.
No.
They're social medias, but they don't work the same way. Just like radio and television and cable television, they're medias, but they don't work the same way.
It's a very cool distinction. I like how you distinguish between those different, I call them platforms.
Sure. They can be platforms. And so the newspapers, right? So things don't move in the newspaper, but they move on the television. Right. So a proper marketing technique on television is to have a moving picture commercial.
Right.
Whereas on the newspaper, it needs to be flat and non-moving.
Usually on TV now, just do a flat picture.
You could.
Be like, what up?
Right.
It was like, is the TV broken?
Hello, everybody.
They would notice. Say hello, everybody.
So with that in mind, when you start talking about marketing, there needs to be a strategy for your message, strategy for accessibility, a strategy for how you tell the story, a strategy for how do you talk about the product that you're working on, that you want the people to purchase, a strategy to funnel that audience through the steps to buy the product.
Right. I'm a big fan of the 3-click buy.
Sure.
On your website.
Yeah.
I shouldn't that. I'm a big fan of that.
Shouldn't take that many clicks to get to that.
Right.
To that product,
the sale page.
which is where the funnel pages come into play. Because when you promote something online, and people click through it, they should be faced with that thing there.
Right.
The worst thing you can do, and this happens to artists all the time, I see them do this. Somebody says, "Hey, I need an illustrator. I need an artist to do something. Send me your portfolio or send me your rates." And instead, what an artist does says, "Oh, here's a link to my thing. Click on the portfolio. You can see my work." Like, why do I have to do all that work?
Right.
You need to put it in front of me and sell me on it because this is a thing that I'm looking for.
Right.
And so then the last thing when it comes to marketing, because I listed a few things that I already forgot about. Hopefully you were paying attention.
It's recorded.
It's
recorded. Go back and see it. Yeah.
Right. And it gives me a chance to remember exactly what I was saying.
Right.
Is that you want to be able to use each platform or each social media in the way it was intended. So there's a strategy for that.
We've had a conversation about that behind the scenes.
We were. Correct. Yeah. So the way you talk to an audience in one platform is not the same way you talk to an audience on another platform. And the audience that's in the particular platform is different than the other audience because there will be different kinds of people and you're getting into different types of conversations. So one thing that we were saying earlier was on Twitter, you're going to be able to find people who are like you and people who are on your level, people on higher level as a producer, a content producer, because the work that you're creating, the artwork and the children's books, it's content.
Right.
And so you're a content producer. And so on Twitter, you're going to find more other content producers, and you're going to want to check out their career. You want to check out their website. You want to check out what they're saying, who they're talking to. As soon as one of those other authors, illustrators talks about the book they just published, you check that tweet, you check the tweets before it, you check the tweets and the links that is sharing about that tweet, and they'll talk about their publisher, they'll talk about their agent, they'll talk about their representative, they'll talk about different things, and now you have access to find these same people to help work with your project.
Yep.
That's how Twitter is used, and that's how the kind of platform that it is for. It's also a way to engage with your audience and your users, your clients and your buyers. Right. But then Twitter is not meant for the big visuals that Instagram is.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
When it comes to marketing. Let me interrupt. Go ahead.
No. And so what I'm just going to finish that part is that when it comes to Instagram, it's about the process.
Right.
So you have the painting. You have the painting. The first image is a painting. Let them swipe, and now you have a couple of works in progress. Another swipe, and it's you laying there on the floor in front of the canvas, working it out. Now you're able to craft a story behind these pieces, and maybe even a stack of books with a couple of books that you can clearly see the title, so that you know where this story is headed or where it comes from.
We actually did that with our picture books. We actually got picture books that I enjoyed that are not my picture books, and promoted those online on Instagram. And we actually got a response from some of the authors and illustrators. And these are guys that work with big New York publishers and things like that. So you never know who's going to see it on the social media platform.